Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to another edition of Primetime News on TV1. I'm Charlotte Benedict for the Newsfirst team.
And I'm Mariam Garvijaya. We start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
Ramit Rambukwala, son of Kehelia, ordered by court to appear before Bribery Commission tomorrow. Bribery Commission files case against former Minister Chandrani Bandara. Intelligence reports expose direct links between opposition politicians and 10 major organized crime gangs.
සංකීර්ණත්වය කොතනද කියනවා නම් මේ සඳහා දේශපාලන මැදිහත් වීම ඍජුව තියෙන බවට මේ වෙනකොට අනාවරණය වෙලා තියෙනවා.
Woman carrying gold-plated T56 enters housing complex in Colombo. Extensive investigation underway. Independent groups extend support to NPP to establish power in the Colombo Municipal Council.
මේගොල්ලෝ එකතු වෙලා කිසිසේත්ම අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා මේ සභාවල අරගන්න බෑ. ඔය ඉන්න කණ්ඩායම තුන්ගොල්ලොට එකට ඉඳලා දානේ කණ්ඩායමත් බැරි කණ්ඩායමන්නේ.
සාධාරණව අපිට සහයෝගය දෙන മന്ത്രി කණ්ඩායම සූදානම්. ඒකින්ද කොළඹ නගර සභාවේ පුරපතිනි වෙන කවුරුවත් නෙවෙයි රායි කැලි බර්තසා බව මුළු රටටම අපි කියනවා මේ වෙලාවේ.
On to those stories in detail now. The Colombo Chief Magistrates Court today issued an order directing the son of former Minister Kehelia Rambukwala to provide a statement before the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption tomorrow. This was in connection with the offence of corruption allegedly committed by the former minister by appointing close associates to his personal staff, thereby causing a financial loss exceeding 8 million rupees to the state.
Now, Colombo Chief Magistrate Tanuja Lakmali issued the order when the main accused in the case, former Minister Kehelia Rambukwala, was produced before court once again.
Former Minister Kehelia Rambukwala, who is currently held in remand custody, was produced before the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court today. Although serving as the Minister of Mass Media, Health and Environment during the period of 2021 to 2023, former Minister Kehelia Rambukwala is alleged to have appointed several personal associates as staff members and obtained allowances on their behalf. This was revealed through investigations conducted by the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption. The Commission has stated that this act constituting corruption resulted in a financial loss to the government exceeding 8 million rupees. Former Minister Rambukwala, who was produced before the court on the 7th of May, remained in remand custody until today in connection with the case. When the case was taken up again today, Ramit Rambukwala, the son of Kehelia Rambukwala, was named as the second accused. The Chief Magistrate ordered him to appear before the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption tomorrow and provide a statement. Assistant Director of Legal Affairs Tushita Jayanati, appearing on behalf of the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption, along with other officers, informed the court of the progress of the investigation. Excerpt. Minister Kehelia Rambukwala's son, Ramit Laksen Bandaru Rambukwala, has been named a suspect in this incident. The Bribery Commission has on several occasions informed the minister's son to appear before it. On one occasion, he said that he would be out of Colombo. On another, he claimed to be hospitalized. We learned that he had been discharged from the hospital just yesterday. He has been named the second accused in all three cases filed against the minister. The suspect exerted undue influence on witnesses during his time in office as a minister. More than 20 additional witnesses are yet to provide statements in connection with the case. Therefore, if he is granted bail, there is a strong possibility that he may attempt to interfere with witnesses. I therefore request that bail be denied. End of excerpt. Appearing for the Defence, President's Counsel Kalinga Indathissa, on behalf of Kehelia Rambukwala, requested that bail be granted and said that his client had not influenced any witnesses in this case. After considering the submissions of both parties, the Chief Magistrate held that granting bail could adversely affect the investigation and the integrity of witness testimony and therefore ordered that the former minister be remanded until the 3rd of June.
Minister of Public Security Anand Vijaypala revealed in Parliament today that intelligence reports have uncovered direct links between 10 major organized crime syndicates and both current and former politicians from the opposition parties. The revelation came in response to a question raised by the leader of the opposition during a parliamentary session earlier today.
The current government has failed to prevent the ongoing shootings, murders and threats occurring across the country. In the past 8 months alone, there have been 79 shootings and 52 deaths. Ministers repeatedly claim that these killings have no connection to national security. But the safety of the country, the safety of the people, the national security are all interconnected. MP Rohana Bandara has also received death threats. His political activities have been directly targeted by these threats. Savin Semage, the head of the National Medicines Regulatory Authority, has resigned. We are all aware of the threats and intimidation he faced. Thusita Haloluwa and his legal counsel were also attacked recently. These reported incidents show that under the current environment, even the civilian population is under threat.
පාතාල කණ්ඩායම් අතර දිගින් දිගටම සිදුවන මේ වෙඩි තැබීම් හේතුවෙන්
A number of lives have been lost due to the ongoing shootings between underworld gangs. As we have always said, we do not take this lightly. This country has long been plagued by criminal elements. The complexity of the situation is such that political interference has now been directly exposed. Intelligence reports have revealed this, and following police investigations, I am prepared to disclose the names of the politicians involved in this house. Arrests have already begun. So far, around 3,000 suspects have been taken into custody. Since we came into power, 1,278 firearms have been seized. A total of 216 suspects have been arrested in connection with these crimes. 50 police station areas have been identified as hotspots for criminal activity. 15 special task force teams have been deployed to operate continuously in these areas. Intelligence reports have also revealed that politicians from the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, Samagi Jana Balavegia, United National Party, as well as current and former ministers, deputy ministers, MPs and prominent provincial political figures have direct links with 10 major organized crime syndicates. Investigations into these links are currently underway. In response to the opposition leader's inquiry, we have received several complaints regarding direct and indirect threats made against MPs and provincial council members. On the 1st of May this year, a complaint was received regarding a phone call made to the mobile phone of SSP CC Bamunu Arachi, the personal assistant to the IGP. The caller, identifying himself as Upali Samarakon, claimed that underworld figure Kanjipani Imran, currently hiding in Dubai, had contracted a hit on suspended IGP Deshabandhu Tennakon. The contract was allegedly given to V. Saman Kumara, also known as IDH Sudha, who is currently held at the Busa prison. An investigation into this phone call has been launched and the relevant phone number has been analyzed. We are currently verifying whether V. Saman Kumara or IDH Sudha is indeed being held at Busa prison and are seeking a court order to record his statement. Next, on the 15th of May, a complaint was received by the Prime Minister's office regarding a death threat sent via email to the Prime Minister. The Gmail account in question has been traced and a request has been made to Google for further information. The report has been received and the IP addresses involved have been traced to Germany and the Netherlands. Requests have been made to the international police units to obtain further details, which will be reported to court once received. The third matter concerns a complaint received on the 24th of August 2023 by the 117 emergency hotline of the Ministry of Public Security. It alleged that a sniper attack was being planned against MP Sajith Premadasa by associates of underworld gang leader Lokupatti. An investigation was conducted and it was revealed that all the information provided by the complainant was false. The phone number used in the complaint was traced and it was found that the claim was fabricated to cause disruption. Further investigations are ongoing.
ප්‍රස්තාවයට පත් කිරීම සඳහා ලබා දුන් තොරතුරක් බවටත් අනාවරණය වෙලා තියෙනවා. මේ පිළිබඳව තවදුරටත් විමර්ශනයක් සිදු කරනවා.
මට සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච මරතාජනය පිළිබඳ මෙතුමාට ඒකේ වාර්තා වෙලා නැහැ තාම. දැන් මම 14 වෙනිදා පොලිසිය පැමිණිල්ලක් දාලා දෙනවා ගරු කතානායකතුමනි මම ඔබතුමාගේ පොයින්ට් ඔෆ් ඕඩර් 91.2 අපේ ඇමතුමා ඉදිරිපත් කරපු කාරණේදී පැහැදිලිව කිව්ව ගරු කතානායකතුමා දේශපාලන පක්ෂ සම්බන්ධයි කියලා මේකට මම ඔබතුමාගෙන් ගෞරවයෙන් ඉල්ලන්න කැමතියි.
කවුදේ දේශපාලන පක්ෂ කියන එක කරුණා කරලා ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න එක. පක්ෂ නම් විදියටම කිව්වා ඒකෙදි කියන්න කවුදේ පක්ෂවල කවුද පුද්ගලයෝ. මොකද සමගි ජන බලවේගය කියලාත් කිව්වා.
මේ 92 දෙකා කියලා එක එක අංක කියලා මේ ගරු සභාවේ වෙලාව බොරුවට නොමග යවමින් වෙලාව නාස්ති කරන්න එපා. එහෙම ප්‍රීති ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෙමෙයි එතුමා මතු කරේ කියන එක ඉක්මනින් කියන්න කැමතියි.
මෙයා කවුද එතකොට? මෙයා මේ ජනාධිපති අරමුදලෙන් සල්ලි වංචා කරපු කෙනෙක් නෙමෙයි. මෙයා කවුද? ගරු මන්ත්‍රී ගරු කතානායක මම කවුද කියලා ගරු කතානායකතුමනි මේ වගේ සල්ලි වංචාකාරයෝ
අනිව එතුමා මතු කරපු රීති පක්ෂයකුත් නැහැ. අනිවාර්යෙන් විනාඩියකට වඩා ගත්තා. මේ සභාවේ කාලය මේ විදිහට නාස්ති කරන්න දෙන්න එපා. අංක 1
ස්ථාවර නියෝග වලට බටහිර දේවල් ඉවත් කරනවා. අපි ඕගොල්ලෝ වගේ මේ පක්ෂ මාරු කරලා දැනුත් මේ සජබෙන් ඉරලා අවිලා තියෙන්නේ. ජනාධිපති අරමුදලේ සල්ලි අරගත්තු කට්ටියනේ දුප්පත් කරන්නේ. ගරු වසන්ත සමරසිංහ මන්ත්‍රීතුමා මේ හැමදාම මේ පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ෂෝ එකක් කරන උදේට මොකද්ද අහගෙන ඉන්න ගරු මන්ත්‍රීතුමා කියන්නේ මට දුන්නේ මයික් එක. ගරු අමාත්‍යතුමා අහගෙන ඉන්න ආපොත් බයින්. ගරු මම කතා කරන්නේ කතානායකට. ඔය අහගෙන ඉන්න. අමෙතුමාට පොයින්ට් ඔෆ් ඕඩර් එකක් නැහැ. එතුමා ඉඳ ගන්න ඕන. ඔබතුමා ඉඳ ගන්න. අපි තා පැහැදිලිව කිව්වා මේ මන්ත්‍රීවරයා හැමදාම ස්ථාර නියෝග වංචා කරනවා. කෞශල්‍ය ආරියරත්න මන්ත්‍රීතුමියට මෙතුමා අපහාස කළා. මෙයා හැමදාම කතා කරනවා. මේගොල්ලෝ හැමදාම උදේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු කාලය නාස්ති කරනවා. දර සීතරම් දිනයක් නෑ පිළිවෙලක් නෑ. මන්ත්‍රීතුමා ඉඳ ගන්න. මේක பாதி ஷோ එකක් කරන්න එපා කරුණාකර මන්ත්‍රීතුමා.
தனி மனித பாதுகாப்பு உள்ளிட்ட எந்த விடயங்களும் நீண்ட தூர பிரதேசங்களில் ஆசிரிய மாணவர்கள் சொந்த மாவட்டங்கள்.
Police have seized a gold-plated T-56 assault rifle that was found in the possession of a woman who entered the Havelock City apartment complex in Colombo.
A 68-year-old resident of the Havelock City apartment complex was seen bringing the firearm into the building from a vehicle. Private security officers at the complex noticed her actions and immediately alerted the authorities. While the woman was carrying the T-56, she was approached by the security personnel who then contacted the 119 emergency hotline to report the incident. Valawat, the police responded to the alert, arrived at the scene and took the firearm into their custody. The police have launched an investigation into the matter.
Newsfirst with the people.
Who will win the battle for power at the CMC?
ඔය ඉන්න කණ්ඩායම තුන්ගොල්ලොට එකට ඉඳලා දානේ කණ්ඩායමත් බැරි කණ්ඩායමන්නේ.
පුරපතිනි වෙන කවුරුවත් නෙවෙයි රායි කැලි බර්තසා.
The Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption today filed a case before the High Court against Chandrani Bandara, former Minister of Women and Child Affairs and Dry Zone Development.
The Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption today filed a case in connection with the allegations that during her tenure as Minister of Women and Child Affairs and Dry Zone Development, Chandrani Bandara failed to follow proper procedures when appointing H.M. Chandrawansa as Director of Dry Zone Development, and also influenced the Secretary to the Ministry to unlawfully appoint several of her close associates to various positions within the Dry Zone Development project. It is alleged that these offences committed between the 14th and 31st of January 2019 constitute punishable offences under the Bribery Act due to non-compliance with legal procedures. Accordingly, the Bribery Commission has filed this case based on 11 counts of indictments against the former minister under the Bribery Act.
Police informed the court today that the Colombo Crimes Division will conduct further investigations into the shooting incident involving the vehicle of Thusita Halolua, Director General of Public Relations to former President Ranil Wickremesinghe. This was stated in a B report submitted to court.
Police said that telephone analysis reports have been requested from all relevant service providers in connection with the shooting incident involving the vehicle of Tusitha Halloluwa, Director General of Public Relations to former President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Investigative teams indicated that a comprehensive investigation is underway based on these findings. 4 separate teams have been appointed to examine the CCTV footage related to the incident. Police said that investigations are being carried out across all relevant departments. The shooting targeting the vehicle of Tusitha Halloluwa, former Director General of Public Relations to President Ranil Wickremesinghe, occurred last Saturday night. According to police, during the incident, a document containing sensitive information in Halloluwa's possession was taken away. The shooting took place near a private hospital in Narahinpita. Halloluwa was not injured in the incident. However, due to an existing medical condition, he was receiving inpatient treatment at the National Hospital in Colombo. Police confirmed that he has since been discharged from the hospital.
During a meeting held with the President yesterday, several independent groups have expressed their support for the National People's Power to establish control over the Colombo Municipal Council.
The National People's Power won the most seats in the Colombo Municipal Council, which was a political stronghold of the United National Party at this year's local government elections. By securing 81,814 votes, they were able to secure 48 seats. The Samagi Jana Balawegaya only secured 29 seats in the Colombo Municipal Council with 58,375 votes. The United National Party secured only 13 seats. They received a total of 26,297 votes. The Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna secured 5 seats with a total of 9,341 votes. Roy Kelly Balthasar contested as the NPP's Colombo mayoral candidate. The SJB's Colombo mayoral candidate, Dr. Ruiz Hanifa, who also contested for the Borella South ward, was defeated in the election. The NPP managed to secure the highest number of preferential votes in that ward as well. The Samagi Jana Balawegaya and the United National Party met yesterday under the leadership of opposition leader Sajith Premadasa with the aim of establishing power in areas where the NPP did not obtain a majority. Following their discussions, the two parties issued a joint statement saying they had successfully come together with other opposition groups to take control of local government bodies where the opposition has control. Representing the SJB at the discussion was General Secretary Ranjit Madhuma Bandara, Lakshman Kirialla and Mujibur Rahman. The UNP was represented by the party General Secretary Thalathatu Korala, Deputy Leader Ruan Vijayawardena, Chairman Wajirabewardena and National Organizer Sagala Ratnayaka.
Some media headlines today claim that we are in talks to form alliances, suggesting I am joining forces with this party and that. If we are holding talks to unite, then are we campaigning from the telephone or from the SJB? They say Sajith, Mahinda and Ranil are all coming together. These are blatant lies. We have no intention whatsoever of joining with anyone.
Several independent groups that secured seats at the Colombo Municipal Council held discussions with the National People's Power under the patronage of President Anura Kumara Dissanayake at the JVP headquarters yesterday.
During the
election campaign, we made clear promises to the people about what we intend to do if given the opportunity to govern. That is what we conveyed to the President, that we are ready to offer our support as long as the commitments are fulfilled.
ඒකට කවුරු කරනවා වුණොත් අර ඒගොල්ලන්ට අපි සහයෝගය දෙනවා.
විපක්ෂයේ කණ්ඩායම චෝදනා කරනවා.
The opposition is accusing us of offering our political support in exchange for money. Let us remind them, the kind of politics that involves buying and switching members for money is their kind of politics. Neither us nor the NPP government have a practice of buying politicians for money. These accusations thrown by the same old political circles who've long been involved in this sort of behavior. We are well aware that Sajith Premadasa, along with SJB, UNP and SLPP are now trying to join forces, but they will not be able to lead these councils forward. These are three parties who can't even sit at the same table together. If they wanted to come together, they should have done so when the country was in a crisis. What we see now is a desperate attempt by rejected alliances to claim small victories and project their political strength.
The United Peace Alliance, the Democratic National Alliance and 4 independent groups have expressed their support for the National People's Power to establish control over the Colombo Municipal Council. They hold a total of 11 seats. Accordingly, the total number of seats held by the government side is 59. In the Colombo Municipal Council, which has 117 seats in total, the minimum number of seats required to secure majority is 59. If the SJB and UNP join forces, they would hold a total of 42 seats. Even with the support of the 5 elected from the SLPP, their combined total would be limited to 47 seats. However, speaking at a media briefing held today at the opposition leader's office, MP Kavinda Jayawardena said that the opposition will work to secure control of the Colombo Municipal Council.
සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමාගේ ප්‍රධානත්වයෙන් සියලුම පක්ෂත් එක්ක සාකච්ඡා කරලා අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා අපේ බලය තහවුරු කරන්න. කොළඹ නගරාධිපති වෙන්නේ එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය කෙනෙක්ද සමගි ජන බලවේගය කෙනෙක්ද? සමගි ජන බලවේගය අපිට තියෙනවා බහුතරය. සමගි ජන බලවේගය තමයි මම හිතන්නේ ප්‍රධාන අද විපක්ෂය. අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා සමගි ජන බලවේගයේ മന്ത്രിවරයෙකුට කොළඹ පුරපති ධූරය ලැබෙවි කියලා.
Minister Samantha Vidyaratna said that the opposition parties coming together is not something happening out of a common agreement.
After
years of corruption, now that the law is finally being enforced against them, they have been forced to unite. This is not a common agreement. This is only an agreement reached to face the pressure. Those marriages will not be successful. These groups cannot unite and do justice to the people of the country. They cannot do justice at the local government bodies. Therefore, we believe that though they talk big about these matters, they will not last.
Deputy Minister of Public Security and Parliamentary Affairs, Attorney Sunil Watagala, challenged the opposition today in Parliament regarding the appointment to the post of Colombo Mayor.
Right now, a few scattered groups within the Colombo Municipal Council are spreading rumours that they are about to form the council. Just small, disorganized groups. So we're putting out a challenge. If you're serious, tell us now. Who is your candidate for mayor? Can you at least name your candidate for deputy mayor? The moment you say you can't, your small groups will break apart even more. We as the National People's Power have been clear. We've already announced who our mayor will be. We've named our deputy mayor too. We've done it openly and clearly. That's why we are telling the whole country right now. The next mayor of the Colombo Municipal Council will be Rai Kelly Balthazar. No one else.
The 16th anniversary of the end of Sri Lanka's civil war was commemorated today in a ceremony organised by former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, held at the National War Heroes Monument in Battaramulla. The event, organised under the theme Matru Bhumiye Sabai Nidahasa, loosely translated to the true freedom of the motherland, was attended by a large group of Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna members, including former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
Be a part at the Beach Rugby Carnival, organised by OTRFU on the 24th of May, 3 p.m. onwards at the Port City, Colombo. More information on 0777 3865233. Media sponsor Yes 101, Legends 966 and TV1.
Welcome back to the news. The inauguration of the 5th Bay of Bengal Maritime Dialogue commenced in Colombo today.
The 5th Bay of Bengal Maritime Dialogue aims to foster meaningful discussion on maritime affairs in the Bay of Bengal and unlock opportunities for deeper regional cooperation. Addressing the gathering, Chairman of the Pathfinder Foundation, Bernard Gunathilaka, expressed his views on the Bay of Bengal.
The challenges facing the Bay of Bengal community are significant. In addition to achieving sustainable economic development, These countries must address issues such as national security, increasing non-traditional threats, great power rivalry closer to home, and both environmental and humanitarian concerns, all of which require attention from the nations in the region.
Senior advisor of South Asia Centre for Humanitarian Dialogue, Venuraj Moni, highlighted that the Bay of Bengal Maritime Dialogue was not just a timely initiative but also a necessity of the times.
We hope the discussions over the next 2 days will result in concrete policy proposals for the littoral states. At its core, this dialogue reflects our shared belief in the immense potential of maritime cooperation to advance peace, stability, and prosperity in the region. By coming together to exchange ideas, build trust, and form partnerships, we move closer to a future where the Bay of Bengal is marked by sustainability, security, and mutual benefit. The Bangkok Vision 2030 that was adopted by BIMSTEC countries also makes reference to crisis preparedness and crisis responsiveness, to increase maritime cooperation through the promotion of free and safe navigation, to the prevention of illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, and to promoting environmental protection, climate change adaptation and mitigation, as well as the use of clean, renewable energy to build resilient communities. Our sessions over the next 2 days, as already pointed out by Ambassador Gunathalage, seeks to take these goals forward.
Secretary General of BIMSTEC Indramani Pandey highlighted the convergence in the agenda of BIMSTEC and the Bay of Bengal Maritime Dialogue.
The centrality of Bay of Bengal in connectivity, in trade and in security for Indian Ocean region and beyond has already been highlighted. The Bay of Bengal connects the eastern and western ends of Indian Ocean, and therein lies its importance. The international order is going through a churn. There is huge uncertainty. Global politics and diplomacy had worked on the basis of certain certainties, but now we can't say there is anything certain in global politics, and that's a challenge we are facing. Because of these uncertainties, the importance of multilateral institutions has also been called into question. BIMSTEC has also been engaged in external partnerships. We have a growing partnership with ADB, the World Bank. We have recently signed an agreement with UNODC and also a MOU with Indian Ocean Rim Association.
Former President Ranil Wickremesinghe highlighted the weakening of globalization.
President Trump announced the reciprocal tariffs. With that, we see the undoing of an order which the Americans set in place in the 1990s. As a result of this, we have these regional organizations such as BIMSTEC and ASEAN, in addition to the globalized economy and the trading system. Whether we like it or not, President Trump has decided that there should be a change in the system. Globalization will not disappear, but it will get weakened. The question then, are we to replace it with regionalism? You could always see now, European Union is moving in that direction. What do we do here in this region? Are we to build up a regionalism? Is it going to be BIMSTEC? Is it going to be ASEAN? Is it going to be BRI? I think regionalism also requires commonality. And that would come through the Bay of Bengal. So now we are again looking at the Bay of Bengal. Should we look at the Bay of Bengal? I think we have to look at, my personal view, we have to go for regionalism and you have to build it around.
The event was co-hosted by the Centre for Humanitarian Dialogue and the Pathfinder Foundation.
BizFast.
Over 80,000 tourists arrived in Sri Lanka during the first 18 days of May 2025. According to the latest statistics released by the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, a total of 80,421 tourists arrived in the country during the first 18 days of May 2025. This brings the total number of tourist arrivals for the year so far to 977,305. India continues to lead as the top source of tourist arrivals with 184,095 visitors reported to date. Russia ranks second with 109,675 tourists having arrived in Sri Lanka so far this year. In addition, 92,539 tourists have arrived from the United Kingdom, followed by 67,019 from Germany and 55,220 from France, making them the other top source markets for the year to date.
Last year, Donald Trump promised he would end the Ukraine war in 24 hours. Last week, he said that it would not be resolved until he and Russian President Vladimir Putin could quote-unquote get together and hash it out in person. On Monday, the ground shifted again. After a 2-hour phone call with Putin, he said that the conditions of a peace deal could only be negotiated between Russia and Ukraine.
US President Donald Trump has blamed his predecessor Joe Biden for funneling vast amounts of American taxpayer money into a foreign conflict that should have remained a European situation.
This was not my war. This is not a war that would have happened if I were president. This is not my war. I'm just here to try and help. We've spent hundreds of billions of dollars on this war, and yet that's not. Frankly, we made much more than that just in 4 days in the Middle East. It's a lot of money. Got very big egos involved, I tell you, big egos involved. But I think something's going to happen. And if it doesn't, I'd just back away and they're going to have to keep going. Again, this was a European situation. It should have remained a European situation. Should have remained. But we have... because the past administration felt very strongly that we should be involved, and we got involved much more than Europe did in terms of the money and all of the things that we gave. We gave massive amounts, I think record-setting amounts given to a foreign. There's never been anything like this, both weaponry and money. I talked to him about it. I said, when are we going to end this, Vladimir? I've known him for a long time now. I said, when are we going to end this bloodshed, this bloodbath? It's a bloodbath. And I do believe he wants to end it.
Trump said he believes both Putin and Zelensky want peace, but only time will tell if it can be achieved. Moscow is ready to work with Kiev on drafting a memorandum on a potential future peace agreement, Russia's President Vladimir Putin said following his phone call with American counterpart Donald Trump. He described the exchange as productive, substantive and quite candid.
Действительно, этот разговор состоялся, продолжался более 2 часов. Хочу отметить, что он был очень содержательным и весьма откровенным. И в целом, на мой взгляд, в этой связи весьма полезным. Прежде всего, я поблагодарил президента Соединенных Штатов за поддержку со стороны США возобновления прямых переговоров между Россией и Украиной по поводу возможного заключения мирного соглашения. Договорились с президентом Соединенных Штатов о том, что Россия предложит и готова работать с украинской стороной над меморандумом по поводу возможного будущего мирного договора с определением ряда позиций, таких как, например, принципы урегулирования, сроки возможного заключения мирного соглашения и так далее, включая и возможное прекращение огня на определенное время в случае достижения соответствующих.
President Zelensky said on Monday that Kiev and its partners were considering setting up a meeting of the leaders of Ukraine, Russia, the United States, European Union countries and Britain as part of a push to end Moscow's war in Ukraine.
Можливість зустрічі, ще раз зустрічі всіх команд. Хочемо на високому рівні. Америка, Україна, Росія і європейські НСА, представники тих країн, які зараз звучали, так, і плюс Великобританія. І така зустріч може відбутись в Туреччині, в Ватикані або в Швейцарії. У мене сьогодні було 2 дзвінка з президентом Трампом в різних форматах. Перший дзвінок був, ми з ним проговорили про те, що дуже важливо для України. Це припинення вогню, це, в принципі, безумовні речі, які ми обговорювали і в Стамбулі, і постійно до цього. Друге, це готовність Сполучених Штатів Америки піти до більш серйозних кроків, санкційних кроків, і я дуже його попросив подумати про це і застосувати, якщо Росія не буде підтримувати припинення вогню і не захоче закінчити цю війну.
European leaders have agreed to increase pressure on Russia through further sanctions after Donald Trump briefed them on his call with Vladimir Putin. European and US leaders welcomed Pope Leo XIV's readiness to host Russia-Ukraine talks at the Vatican. The newly elected Pope Leo XIV has suggested that the Vatican could host high-level negotiations between Ukraine and Russia as Istanbul talks were watered down following Russian President Vladimir Putin's refusal to come face-to-face with his Ukrainian counterpart, Zelensky.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News on TV1 for tonight.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Good night.